You're building revenue, but your bank account stays empty. That's not a cash flow problem. That's a profit architecture failure. Most micro-business owners confuse activity with profitability. They track sales, they celebrate launches, they post testimonials, but they never isolate the actual margin per client, per product, per hour of their attention. This isn't about working harder. It's about identifying where your business structurally bleeds value. And most of the time, the leak isn't visible in your revenue dashboard. Profit leaks exist in three places: underpriced offers that feel generous but destroy sustainability, operational inefficiency that scales with growth, and attention debt, the silent tax you pay every time you contexts switch between client work, content, and admin. The first leak is pricing below your true cost of delivery. Not just material costs, cognitive costs. The mental load of onboarding, the energy required to manage expectations, the time spent translating vague requests into actionable tasks. When you price a service at $200, but spend 6 hours managing it, you're not earning $200, you're earning $33 per hour. Before taxes, before software subscriptions, before the hidden labor of follow-up emails and revision requests. This is where most service providers break. They optimize for affordability instead of profitability. They assume volume will compensate. But volume without margin is just exhaustion with a prettier invoice total. The second leak is operational drag. Every manual task you repeat is a compound interest payment to inefficiency. Scheduling calls by hand, writing the same onboarding email twice, rebuilding proposals from scratch for every inquiry. These tasks feel small, but they stack over time. They become the majority of your workweek. And because they generate no revenue, they compress your actual income-producing hours into a narrower window. Some creators address this with automation tools. A scheduling link, a templated proposal system, a client portal that centralizes communication. These aren't luxuries, they're economic infrastructure. They convert repeated labor into one-time setup costs. The third leak is attention fragmentation. Every time you switch from deep work to a client message, you pay a cognitive tax. Research suggests it takes an average of 23 minutes to fully re-engage with a complex task after an interruption. If you're interrupted 4 times in a morning, you've lost over an hour of effective work capacity, not because you stopped working, because your brain was forced to reload context, re-establish focus, and re-enter the problem space. This is why reactive workflows destroy profitability. You're not just losing time, you're losing the quality of your output. And lower quality output requires more revisions, more clarifications, more follow-up, which creates more interruptions. Observe the pattern. Underpricing forces you to take on more clients to hit your income target. More clients generate more operational tasks. More tasks create more interruptions. More interruptions degrade your output quality. Lower quality demands more revisions. More revisions require more time. More time means less capacity for new revenue. This is a negative feedback loop. And it doesn't resolve by working weekends. It resolves by redesigning your business model to eliminate structural inefficiency. Start with pricing. Calculate your true cost of delivery. Include preparation time, communication overhead, revisions, administrative follow-up, and the cognitive load of managing client expectations. Then add your desired profit margin. That's your floor price. If that number feels uncomfortably high, you're probably undercharging right now. The discomfort is data. It's signaling that you've been absorbing costs that should be reflected in your pricing structure. Next, audit your recurring tasks. Identify anything you do more than twice a month that could be automated, templated, or eliminated. Onboarding sequences, proposal generation, invoice reminders, meeting confirmations, client intake forms. Some people solve this with a dedicated CRM system. Others use scheduling automation paired with templated workflows. The specific tool matters, less than the commitment to stop treating repetitive tasks as unavoidable. Then redesign your communication boundaries. Batch client calls into specific days. Disable notifications during deep work windows. Set clear response time expectations in your contracts, not because you're inaccessible, because unstructured availability destroys your economic output. This isn't about being less helpful. It's about protecting the conditions that allow you to deliver your best work. Clients don't benefit from your constant availability if it degrades the quality of what you produce for them. Now observe the alternative structure. You price for true profitability. You automate repeatable tasks. You protect deep work windows. Suddenly, you're working fewer hours, serving fewer clients, and earning more. This is how micro-business profitability actually scales. Not by adding volume, by removing waste, not by grinding harder, by designing systems that eliminate the need to grind. Most creators resist this because it feels counterintuitive. They assume more clients equals more income. But more clients without margin optimization just means more work for the same net result. You're not building wealth, you're building a job you can't quit. The soft power economy framework treats your business as a closed system. Every input has a cost, every output has a value. Profitability is the gap between them, and that gap is either designed or accidental. If you've never run a true cost analysis on your offers, your profitability is accidental. You're hoping the math works out. But hope isn't a business model. Clarity is. Some creators track this with a simple spreadsheet: revenue per offer, hours per delivery, operational cost per client, attention cost per project. The format doesn't matter. The discipline does. Once you see the numbers, the leaks become obvious. That $500 package that takes 12 hours to deliver. That monthly retainer that generates 40 emails a week. That VIP offer that requires 3 revision rounds because the scope was never clarified. These aren't bad offers. They're unoptimized systems. And optimization starts with measurement. You can't fix what you don't track. This is the shift. From performing business activity to architecting business profitability. From celebrating revenue to auditing margin. From assuming you're profitable to proving it with data. Your freedom isn't in your revenue total. It's in your profit margin. And your profit margin is determined by 3 variables: what you charge, what you eliminate, and what you protect. Charge for the true cost of delivery. Eliminate tasks that don't scale your income. Protect the attention required to produce your best work. That's not a productivity hack. That's a profitability structure. And if you don't design it intentionally, your business will default to the lowest margin version of itself. High effort, low return, maximum burnout. The soft power economy exists to expose that pattern before it becomes permanent. Disclaimer: this content is for informational and educational purposes only. It does not constitute financial, legal, or business advice. Any purchasing decisions or business strategies should be carefully evaluated based on your individual circumstances. Links may include affiliate relationships, and any income generated supports the continuation of this content.